This is an overview of the invoice. To get to the invoice when you're in a case, click Invoice on the right hand side under the quick links. This is a blank invoice. It hasn't been started yet. It carries over the assigned contact to the case over in the Bill To section. Give you today's date, status is outstanding, and the case name. To get an invoice number, just click Save. They give you an invoice number. You can select your terms. You can type in here directly and the terms will be saved for later use. Select invoice. By default it'll be company letterhead, but you can also go with a basic letterhead. You can leave that blank. By default it will be your company letterhead that you provided. And now you have your details section here. Now you can just go in here and put your details in manually. Or if you go to the action list, you can merge your expenses into the invoice. And there's 2 expense records to add to the invoice. Click OK. And it brings those in with the rate that you're invoicing your client at, not the rate that you're paying your employee. You can edit these values here if you need to. You can add more if you need to as well. And your descriptions here and your amounts, they're saved as well. If you need to put additional notes in, you just click the button next to the description and you can put in an additional note. This will show up on the invoice. You can also put a customer message in and an internal memo if you have to. On the action list on the top right, you can email the invoice to the client. It will email them with a PDF attachment. You can preview the invoice. This will bring up a preview of the invoice, what it will look like. And there's that note that we put in. Gives you totals and your tax ID number that comes from your user settings. And then you can email this or print it. You can also directly print. You can preview all the invoices. You can do an invoice with one client, combine all the invoice into one. And you can, the invoice combo options, these are the terms. You can edit that, memo, tax rate, and you can change those values or make corrections. When you receive a payment, you just go to the payment tab, enter the date and the payment amount, and that will be subtracted from the amount due. And there the total due is 0, so then you would just mark the invoice as paid, and that would take it off the paid report. And click save, and then when you hit back, it will take you back into the case. If you need to make more than one invoice on the case, you can by clicking save and new, and then you can generate a new invoice with a new invoice number.